Tuba Büyüküstün has had several high-profile relationships over the years, but among them, one relationship ended up changing the course of her life forever. But first, let us know, if you could recommend one of Tuba's series, which one would it be? By 2010, Tuba Büyüküstün was already one of the biggest stars on Turkish television. That year, she reunited with Onur Saylak on the drama Becoming a Lady, a reunion that would end up changing the course of her life. As they spent months working together, they gradually grew closer, and what started as a professional relationship soon became something much more. They began dating and quickly became one of the most talked-about celebrity couples in Turkey. As their relationship continued to grow, it became clear that this was more than just a passing romance. Less than a year after they began dating, Tuba and Onur Saylak decided to take the next step. On July 28, 2011, they married in a private ceremony at the Turkish Consulate General in Paris, choosing to celebrate with close family and friends instead of the lavish celebrity wedding many had expected. To the public, it looked like the beginning of a happy future together, and indeed, it was the start of an incredible new chapter in Tuba's life. That chapter truly began less than 6 months after their wedding, when Tuba and Onur Saylak welcomed their twin daughters, Maya and Toprak, in January 2012. From that moment on, Tuba was no longer just one of Turkey's biggest actresses. She was also a mother, a role that would eventually shape many of the biggest decisions she would make in both her life and her career. For a while, life seemed to be falling perfectly into place. They had successful careers, a growing family, and the image of one of Turkey's most admired celebrity couples. To many people, it looks like they had found the balance between fame and family life. But behind that picture, their love story was slowly taking a different direction. As the years passed, the challenges in their marriage became increasingly difficult to overcome. Although they chose to keep their private life out of the public eye, it eventually became clear that they had decided to go their separate ways. In June 2017, Tuba and Onur officially divorced, bringing nearly 6 years of marriage to an end. The end of her marriage to Onur Saylak marked a major turning point in Tuba's life. It not only changed the direction of her personal life, but also led to what she would later describe as one of the most difficult periods she had ever faced. After the divorce, life looked very different for Tuba. The actress who had spent years balancing family and one successful project after another suddenly found herself facing a new reality. Raising Maya and Toprak became the center of her life, and for the first time in years, acting was no longer her biggest priority. That new reality led Tuba to make one of the biggest decisions of her career. At the height of her success, she stepped away from the demanding world of traditional television to spend more time with her daughters during an important chapter of their lives. Tuba later admitted that this was the hardest period of her life. She explained that ending her marriage while raising her twin daughters under constant public scrutiny was one of the greatest challenges she had ever faced. It wasn't long before Tuba was ready to return to acting, but this time she came back on her own terms. Instead of returning to the demanding world of traditional network television, she became far more selective about the projects she accepted, choosing work that gave her the flexibility to balance her career with motherhood. That new direction eventually led her to international productions, including Rise of Empires, Ottoman, and Netflix's Another Self, introducing her to a global audience while allowing her to continue raising her children. Before meeting Onur Saylak, Tuba Büyüküstün's life was largely defined by one successful project after another, but everything that followed their marriage gradually shifted those priorities. Motherhood became the center of her world, her career took a very different direction, and the family she gained through that marriage continued to shape the life she chose, long after the marriage had ended. If you're a fan of Turkish actors and actresses, don't forget to subscribe, because that's exactly what this channel is all about. We'll see you in the next video.